Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out here today. It's a beautiful day, and we are very happy to announce and have this ceremony today with you and in attendance. My name is Brad Suter. I'm with Parks and Recreation, and I'd like to first recognize a couple honored guests: is Councilman Guido Maniscalco and Councilman Orlando Goods with our City Council. Also with us today is Ben Ritter, co-chair of the Mayor's Alliance for Persons with Disabilities, and Christine Gardner, who is currently Miss Wheelchair Florida. And you're going to meet and hear from Lee Zell with HomeServe Services, as well. And joining him, but not up here, is Jen Wilhoit. So thank you so much for coming out with that. And Sherry Wilson is USF's ADA coordinator, and she will say a few words in just a few minutes. So again, this is part of the city's ongoing efforts to make better accessibility to all of our amenities. This is actually the third beach that we have these mats at. We also have them at Cypress Point Park and Picnic Island Park. And our next goal for these mats are at some of our dog beaches that are on the water. So we're going to continue to make our improvements as we can with all of your support and the support of people like HomeServe, who cares. So thank you so much. With that, I'd like to welcome Lee Zell up for a few words.
Thank you so much, Brad. Thank you, Mayor Castor. It's a pleasure to be here today, and I just wanted to say, first of all, that the weather is perfect. The mayor has great power, and the staff is amazing because the beach is gorgeous. So I want to start off by just saying that on behalf of HomeServe and our HomeServe Cares Foundation, I'd like to say how pleased my colleague Jen Wilho and I are to be here today to be at the unveiling of this new access point to the beach. After speaking with Sherry this morning and really understanding what it means to be able to come up to the beach and actually make it out onto the beach, listening to her describe as she grew up coming right up to the parking lot and having to stay there as her family went out to the beach, and have them alternate coming back to her to sit with her, it really helps me have a better perspective on what we need this for. And I'm just so pleased that our organization was able to come forward and fulfill the request that the Parks and Recreation shared with us to bring this access point to this beach. This project is possible because of the Tampa Parks and Recreation team, which I know this person is moved on, but Jason, you did a great job. They submitted a well-constructed grant application, and that's an understatement. There were 80 cities that did a phenomenal job, but your city's presentation was amazing. So thank you all. Thank you to that Parks and Recreation staff for putting together an amazing representation of what your residents, what your city is all about. Let me say this. One of the reasons why the HomeServe Cares Foundation chose this is also because it aligns with our core mission. HomeServe Cares Foundation is about spreading hope, supporting communities one home at a time. Our HomeServe goal is to put our customers at the heart of everything that we do. It's what we do every single day for over 4 million families across this nation. Through our service plans and network of professional contractors, we help homeowners every minute of every day with plumbing, electrical, heating, and cooling issues in their homes. Because we're doing this every day, we have learned that the people in all these communities across America need help in many ways. That's why we created the HomeServe Cares Foundation, because we can do more to impact the communities that we serve. So enough said. Let's get the real reason why we're here today. On behalf of the HomeServe Cares Foundation, we are so pleased to be here and to witness how our $25,000 donation is being put to good work here in the city of Tampa. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lee. I would be remiss if I didn't also recognize a few members of Parks and Recreation besides Jason who really helped us out. Chris Thompson of my team, as well as our Sea of Winds team with Bob Rackey's leadership, really helped have these things come to fruition. So thanks so much for you guys. And now I have the honor of welcoming Sherry Wilson.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. As you mentioned, my name is Sherry Wilson, and I am the ADA coordinator at the University of South Florida. I'm also the coordinator of a nonprofit organization, Miss Wheelchair Florida. Super excited to be here today. Thank you so much to City of Tampa Parks and Rec, to Raquel Ponchos, to Mr. Chris Thompson, and everyone that is involved in making this event a success. I think the misconception a lot of times is that people think that those with disabilities, whatever type it is, that we simply get up, we go to the doctors, and we go back home. But I'm here to attest that that is not true. We have lives, right? And we want to be independent in all aspects, in all facets of life. And so I'm super excited to be a part of this event. As I was telling the gentleman, I'm a Floridian true and through, and so raised right outside of Orlando, and so oftentimes growing up my family would go to Daytona Beach. I've never been able to get close to the water ever. What we would do was I would get up to the pavement. My father, who I was teasing, was actually a big, tall, burly gentleman, so he was able to lift me, and he would literally carry me from the car until maybe halfway in the middle of the sand. So who wants to do that, right? Who wants to be a burden to someone? Who wants to put that stress on someone else? And so I would be able to go into the sand, and then of course he would have to carry me to go even further into the water. But because of mats like this, because of the beach mats, because of the accessibility, I'm just super excited to be able now to do it by myself, right? To be independent and to be able to go as close to the water, get in the water on my own. And so I'm just very honored to be a part of this implementation of these mats. I thank you for your efforts, and to the gentleman who wrote the grant and everybody that was a part of it. But you know, it's about inclusion, and it's not necessarily just that people with disabilities are asking for special accommodations just for them. These mats would be able to benefit so many people, you know, those that are elderly, those that are in strollers or pushing strollers, whatever. And so I'm just grateful that, you know, we've chosen Tampa, we've chosen Benty Davis Beach, and from what I just heard, Cypress Point and Picnic Island, all three that I frequent and had frequent with my husband before he passed. Actually, Cypress Point Park was our place to go and hang out. So I'm sad that he's not able to be here to enjoy it, but I'm grateful that now I have the opportunity to be able to live, work, and play in the city of Tampa, just like everyone else. So thank you to those involved, and I can't wait to try it out. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sherry. And speaking with you earlier, I found out that you like to get your feet in the wet water. So, Chris, I think we have a little bit more work to do to be able to get these all the way down to the water. So, it's my pleasure now to introduce our mayor, Mayor Jane Castor.
Thank you, and thank you all for coming out today. This is an incredibly important event. I want to start off by thanking my colleagues, Guido Maniscalco and Orlando Goods. You know, we have a team approach to lifting up our city and making it a world-class city. And then Ben, thank you not only for what you do for the Mayor's Alliance for Persons with Disabilities, but all you do to shine a light not only on the needs, but on the celebrations and the values of all of our citizens. So I thank you very much for that. And Christine, you know I always want that crown, so you know that. But and Sherry, thank you for all that you do as well, and thank you for sharing your words about the significance of these beach mats. It's very, very important to our entire community. You know, we have the world's best amenities. Our beaches are just phenomenal, and they literally are on the list of world's best beaches, 10 top beaches every single year. But we also have the world's best citizens, and we have to ensure that everyone has access to the amenities that we get to enjoy. As Sherry said, you know, a lot of people we take things for granted, and we need to understand that what accessibility means to each and every one of our citizens. So it's critically important. And to that end, the city of Tampa has spent over $250,000 this year on citywide ADA improvements, and will continue to increase the accessibility to all of our amenities, including parks, beaches, and any other city-owned buildings. And $250,000 may seem like a lot, but we need to ensure that we have accessibility in all areas, no matter what it takes. And the generous grant from HomeServe, it was so wonderful. HomeServe Cares, the executives flew down from Hartford, Connecticut, and I asked them, I said, so how difficult was it for you guys to be the ones to come to Florida? And they said, oh, you have no idea. They said the entire office wanted to come down and deliver the check. But they came down, and unfortunately, I wanted to bring them out to the beach so they could see where they were coming. But Lee, you got the best part of that, because you got to the beach and they didn't. They just brought the giant check. So I thank you for what you do for our communities, and I'm glad to hear as well that out of 80 communities that Tampa rose to the top. So we appreciate and commend you for what you do, not only, as Sherry mentioned, not only here at Ben T. Davis Beach, but we'll have mats at Picnic Island and Cypress Point as well. So that is wonderful. We're also adding 5 additional ADA parking spots here at Ben T. Davis. And our goal is to connect the park patrons to all of our amenities with an accessible route. So incredibly important to us to make sure that we celebrate all of our citizens, wonderful citizens, and that we all get to enjoy the incredible amenities we have here. And we thank you again, HomeServe, for making this possible today. Thank you very, very much, and God bless.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.